Okay, Janet, so thanks very much for sharing your school's experience with me in terms of revising your school-based curriculum and also in terms of choosing your teaching materials. But I understand that your school, I mean, some years ago, your school had been using a local course book. So am I correct?
Yeah, you're right. Actually, we've been using it for quite a lot of years. So
Okay.
it was just 2 years ago that we decided to abandon the course book.
So what was the thinking at that time, right? So what was the rationale for abandoning the course book and then starting to develop your school-based curriculum? So what was the thinking?
Well, actually, you know, the 3 English panels, we have been teaching for like more than 10 years, and we really
Okay.
don't like teaching the course book because we found that like the course book, I know it's like it has a really structured approach to teach grammar, but then, you know, the text is not authentic. It's
Mm-hmm.
kind of boring, and then I think it lacks the genre, different genre, and the vocabulary. And then we think that, well, maybe our students, some of them are still very good at doing grammar exercise, but whenever they start writing or speaking, they still lack the vocabulary or the phrases to express themselves. So we think that perhaps we need to think about if course book is really a really good materials for us to use to teach English.
Okay, so usually in schools in Hong Kong, the school-based scheme of work is based on the main course book. So when you decided to abandon the course book because of the reasons you just mentioned, you also had to start developing your own school-based curriculum from scratch. So at that time, what were the features that you were aiming for your school-based curriculum? What were the special things, so to speak, correct? Okay. So you wanted to incorporate into your school-based scheme of work.
Well, I think the special things would be for each theme, we have to include a lot of reading. So extensive reading is like the core component of our curriculum. And for example, if we're teaching color, if we're using a textbook, maybe they only have like 1 or 2 texts about that. But then for now, like for school-based curriculum, we can choose a lot of books about colors, like the bird colors, maybe the fruit colors. Maybe I can show you with the slide that I've prepared, so you can take a look. Can I?
Okay, yes, please go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, let me do the sharing.
All right, so you're doing share screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Here. Can you see it now?
Yes, okay. Go ahead.
All right, so let me move to this slide. So that is an example of my P1. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, for example, this one. So you can see like this is like the course book we've been using for P1. Like there are 2 chapters about colors. So maybe they would talk about toys, colors, and the clothes. Okay, but then if we use Raz-Kids as the platform, we choose a lot of different books. So you can see we can have a lot of choices about colors. So they do not just learn about colors, but then they learn about fruit and birds and other animals. And then these are the books that we've chosen for students of low abilities and for high abilities. And then we actually make some comparison between the words that the students will learn in the textbook and now the books we have chosen. So you can see students have learned a lot more. And there may be themes that may not be covered in the course book in P1. They may cover it like in P3 or 4 or 6, but now it's even covered now in P1. So I think it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. But earlier on, you mentioned extensive reading. So am I right that for your school-based curriculum renewal, you wanted to put more emphasis on extensive reading? If that is the case,
reading across the curriculum, like
okay.
even and maybe like science or math or other subjects, incorporate with other subjects, so they learn English, and then not just English but even other subjects.
Okay, so you wanted to make the reading more meaningful, am I right?
Yeah, meaningful, yeah.
Okay, so and then when you develop your school-based scheme of work, you still need teaching materials, resources, all right? Because teachers cannot afford the time to write their own material. So you started looking for teaching resources, and then finally you settled for this is Raz-Kids, right?
Yeah, Raz-Kids.
Okay, so why did you settle for Raz-Kids?
Well, it's mainly because of our other English panel, Elaine. Like her kids are studying in the international school, and they're using Raz-Kids as a platform. So she knew that there are a lot of great features about Raz-Kids, and then she introduced it to us, and then we start to learn more about it, and then we found that it's really a great platform. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, and I guess, is it also because you mentioned reading across the curriculum? Is it also because this platform also contains non-fiction?
Yeah, a lot of different genres. Can I show you like other slides?
Oh yeah, okay, go ahead.
So actually, there are 3,000 leveled books.
Wow.
A lot, right? and then you can see on the left-hand side is the teacher version. For like each book we have chosen, there are some complementary lesson plans, worksheets that are available. So that really helps the teachers a lot. And also the reading strategies and the comprehensions. And then for the kids, like they can listen, they can read. And let me show you, can I show you this one? This is a reading from one of the kids. And so they always listen to the books, and then if they find some words that they don't know, they can listen to it, they can add it to their vocabulary card, and they know their meaning, and then they can record their reading as well, and the teacher can listen to them. So let's just listen for like a few seconds.
Sats goes to school.
Yeah, I can hear that.
So this is something like that.
I want to go to school.
So you can see like the kids are reading quite naturally because they like they imitate what they have listened. And then there are different books that we learn, and then this is what we call they can even read books about the STEM education or other subjects.
Yeah. Okay. So how long have you been doing this school-based curriculum renewal?
Oh, it's been 2 years.
2 years, all right.
So P1, P2, and this year we're working on P3.
So has it been generating a lot of work for the teachers concerned? Because I was imagining that you have the resources platform, but at the same time you need to build up your own school-based scheme of work, all right? So the two things are different. So has it been a lot of work for the teachers concerned?
Yeah, of course. And we have to spend a lot of hours, like I know there are, all the books are there, but we still have to choose, right? So we have to choose which are the main books that will be the books that we'll be teaching, the assigned books that were assigned to the kids, we want them to go home and read, and also the suggested books for capable students. So you can see this is the scheme of work, the sample of the scheme of work. So we also have to think about what kind of grammar or phonics or the task and dictation, everything. So this is the thing that we need to do. And we also need to make a booklet for the kids, because the parents gonna complain, like, we don't know how to revise lesson for the kids. So we have to make these booklets, and we have to actually adjust the way that we assess the kids. we make a set adjustment in our exams as well. So it's more focused on like the reading comprehension skills. And of course, we still have the grammar thing that we taught them, we'll use. So you can see this is the word list of our kids. They learn so many words.
Yeah.
This is just P1, okay? Yeah, so.
Yes. And I can imagine that this kind of school-based curriculum renewal will require a lot of time, all right? Because we're not teaching the book, all right? Like in Chinese, we say 教書, all right? We're not 教書, we're not teaching the books themselves, all right? So we have to identify the learning objectives, all right, in the resources, and then we have to think about
engaging
exactly, all right,
with kids, what kind of homework, everything.
Yeah, so must have been a lot of work for the teachers.
For the level teachers, yeah.
So how are you feeling about this kind of school-based curriculum renewal so far? A lot of work, but any sense of satisfaction?
Well, actually, I still don't have the chance to teach the new curriculum, but this year
Okay.
I have the chance. But from what I've heard from my colleagues, and I know they have a lot of work to do, but they still like it because they think that like it's worth it. They can see the improvement of the kids, like they didn't know a lot of vocabulary, but now they learn a lot more. And from listening to the recording on Raz-Kids, and then she said, oh, they're reading so well. They're reading like native-like because they listen to it all the time. So I think it's totally worth it. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Because I think it will involve a lot of work, but at the same time, it's a chance for teachers to apply their professional competence or professional knowledge, creativity, and so on. And so I guess there's a satisfying side to the whole thing. All right. Okay. So let me come to the last question. All right.
Okay.
Actually, you have mentioned that again and again so far, right? So you've been doing this for 2 years, and in this September you'll be starting your 3rd year of the curriculum renewal. All right.
Yeah.
So far, what observations have you made regarding the students' progress, the students' learning of English, the interest, motivation, achievement?
Yeah, I guess I think they definitely. I just heard from my colleagues. They said they have more confidence in reading and speaking, and they love writing as well. And I think the most important thing is to form the habit of reading. Like once they are able to read books by themselves, they can choose a lot more books that they are interested in. And I think that it's the thing that we want, right? To motivate them. Like once they get a hook of it, like we don't really have to help much.
Yeah, good. So overall is worth it, right?
Yeah.
Definitely. All right.
Definitely.
Okay. I think I know your other 2 core members, Maria and Elaine. Am I right?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So please forward my salutes to them, because I understand that this involves.
Elaine and Maria have worked so hard.
Yes.
They have been P1 and P2 already, and they are the first teachers to start building this curriculum. Yeah.
Yes. Right. So is there anything you must let me know before we...
maybe I just want to show you this school-based curriculum that like the P1 and P2, like
yes,
some
please.
fun things that they have done this year. And like, okay, so this year, so luckily before school suspension, they still got the chance to go to Ocean Park, because the theme, it's about animals. They learn about animals, and in science they learn about animals as well. And then they went to Ocean Park, and they had a lot of fun. And then the teachers designed this trip booklet, and then they learn a lot of things and the signs and stuff. And then they write about an animal, they write about animals, they write sentences to describe it. So you can see these are the words. Maybe like if we are still using coursebook, maybe they are writing it like maybe P2 or P3, but now P1 they are writing all these kind of things already. They learn all these verbs and adjectives already.
Wow,
and,
this is fascinating. Yeah.
Yeah, and for P2, we covered a module about the neighborhood and community workers. So we visit the fire station, and then they interview the firemen, the firefighters, and they write letters to thank the firefighters. So it's really nice.
Wow,
And the
this
kids
is
really enjoyed it. And then they also work in groups to create these posters about their neighborhood. So it's
wow, this is really fascinating, right?
really
Okay, so but I think I must bring this interview to a stop. So once again, thanks very much for sharing your work with me, and then all the best with your ongoing curriculum renewal. All right. Okay. So bye for now.
Bye.